Originally, I set out to just write a really smutty book. Um, I was like, smut, smut, smut. That's what I'm gonna write because I was like, yeah, sexual awakening, let's do it. And then what came out was way less. Obviously, sex positivity and sex is a part of it, and it's spicy. Um, but this whole other story of these two characters came out. I had this moment where, I looked at myself in the mirror for the first time and like didn't hate what I saw and like, noticed things. I was like, yeah, a little squishier than we used to be in some areas, some criticism. It was just sort of observation and like that was new. And from there, I had this like, it sounds so weird to say like awakening, but it was literally like, all of a sudden being on a parallel universe where I was like, whoa, people connect. They connect physically. All different kinds of representation is so important in literature because, we don't always know. We don't always have the language, and we don't know what's okay to talk about or think about. And so having that invitation through someone else's story kind of depersonalizes it a little bit, and then it offers an invitation for us to consider how we think and how we feel, and to know that someone else, at least one other person, is having some of these thoughts. And so especially around sex and sex positivity and identity and all those pieces, that is such a like hotbed topic in our culture. They're having a little, kitchen makeout session after dinner at his house, and, she wants to put the brakes on, and and it's a little bit like, that condition of like, oh, sorry, because even though rationally we know this is not something we need to apologize for, it's like so conditioned. And he stops her, he doesn't stop her, but he's like, I don't ever want you to feel like you can't say no to me. So yeah. I wanted to show that this is something that they both needed by means of connection, and that like who they are as people and all the consent around that is like just as much a part of what makes it sexy and what makes it satisfying as like the nitty-gritty of the bits and bobs and what they're doing.